This time on Camp Outside, we're testing out the Bass Pro Shops Tourney Special fishing rod. This one is a medium heavy, 7-foot long, 2-piece rod. We're out here at Medard Reservoir, giving it a test. Check it out. Hey guys, Kevin here with Camp Outside, your inside source for all things outside. Today, we are out at Medard Reservoir. It's 2 days after Christmas. We're doing some gear reviews. And so today I am testing out the Bass Pro Shops Tourney Special fishing rod. This is a 2-piece rod and medium heavy, 7 feet long. And I have it rigged up with some 10-pound test. This is Berkeley braid with 10-pound Berkeley monofilament leader. And I'm running an Abu Garcia Max Z in the 30. And guys, I love that reel. If you haven't seen my review on that reel, check it out. I'll put a link right up there. I got to turn the boat around here as we are doing some fishing. So sorry about that as I run the trolling motor. But basically, guys, I do a lot of travel. And so sometimes when I'm traveling, I really need a 2-piece spinning rod. So I'm out here today testing out this brand new spinning rod from Bass Pro Shops. This is kind of like in the middle of their lineup, right? They have a lot of rods that are more expensive than this. They have a lot of rods that are less expensive than this. And so this is kind of middle of the road. And so in general, I'm going to expect pretty good value, but also pretty good performance. But I don't expect it to best my $100 and $200 rods, right? My 1-piece dedicated bass rods that I do a lot of fishing with. So as I turn the boat around here, we're gonna just do some casting and see how she does. So let me go ahead and give that a go. So not bad distance. I had mentioned it in some other videos, but I have a wrist injury and that's really affecting the way I cast. And for all of you who are wrist experts out there, I have scapholunate dissociation, which means the two bones in my wrist are too far apart. And then I also have de Quervain's tenosynovitis, which is I call it Jose Cuervo's gingivitis. But anyway, all that to say, casting hurts my wrist, which really sucks because I love to fish. But I'm going to do it anyway and keep doing my physical therapy and trying to get that going. But you guys aren't here to listen to my wrist problems. Basically, guys, what I would say is, this rod is not the lightest rod in the world. If you want a lighter rod, you're going to spend more money. But overall, casting distance is pretty good. Sensitivity feels pretty good. I like this rod a lot for what it is, right? I don't expect miracles, but for I think it's a $50 rod, it's pretty good. And this is going to get a lot of use for me as I go and travel. So why did I choose the Tourney Special? Well, I am not a professional angler, and I'm obviously not sponsored by anybody. And so if I'm trying to outfit my family of 4 to spend a day on the water fishing, right, I can't buy $200 to $300 rods for everybody and match that with really expensive reels and that kind of thing. So I'm really looking for decent performance at a decent price point. And that's really where I think these Tourney Specials shine is, you can get 4 of these for $200 instead of spending $200 on just one rod, and everybody can go fishing for the day. So like I said, I really like them. They come in a lot of different options, which we're going to go over when we get back to the house. We're going to go over all the features and everything, but I thought for the beginning of this video we would just do a how does it fish. And in this case, I wish I could just hook into fish left and right for you guys so you guys could see it, but in this case I'm pretty pleased. So let's get it back to the house and we'll talk about features and specs and all the different combos that you can get for this, right? Comes in a bunch of different lengths, a bunch of different sizes, weights, and that kind of thing. So let's get back to the house. All right, guys, now that we're back at the house, we can go over the specs of this Bass Pro Shops Tourney Special spinning rod. And guys, like I said, I really like these rods. You know, one of the things that really gets me with these rods is that they're really affordable rods, but they're better than the Walmart specials that you're, going to go buy for, $25, $30, $35 at Walmart. I think these perform much better than those rods, but it comes with a cost. Typically, when fishing rods perform better in terms of casting distance and sensitivity and that kind of thing, it comes at the cost of durability, right? So I see a lot of people complaining that they break these rods, and I think they break them because they fish them like they fish a relatively inexpensive but very strong and durable rod, in that because these are made of graphite and that kind of thing, if they're fighting a big fish and they high stick the rod, meaning they point the tip towards the sky, typically what's going to happen then is there's going to be a lot of pressure on the top of the rod, and it's going to snap right up here, because rods aren't made to do that. You definitely don't want to lift your rod tip towards the sky if there's a weight on the end of the rod, right? So just something to keep in mind. If you're relatively new to fishing, it's hard not to do that. You're excited, you want to get the fish into the boat, and so the first thing you do is you lift the rod all the way up into the air to get the fish up and over the railing of the boat. And when the fish is in the boat, you now have an extra piece to your rod that you didn't have before that isn't a good piece to have. So keep that in mind. I see a lot of people complain that they break these rods, but I think it's the user and not the rod. So I've had my other Tourney specials for a long time. Like I said, I have another medium heavy that is in a previous color scheme, and then my son has a light action Tourney special. They've been great rods for us, and they're great because they're a budget option. So these rods retail for $50, right? So if you're outfitting a family of 4 to go fishing, right, and so you're going to want 4 of these rods or more, well, at $50, that's a lot more affordable than $100 or $200 a rod, right? So these make excellent boat rods, as I call them. Boat rods are basically when I have guests who aren't really, expert fishermen, they're relatively new, or they're novice fishermen. I'm not going to put the most expensive rod I have in the boat in their hands. I'm going to put something that will perform well, but isn't very expensive. And that's really where these Tourney specials shine. I think they're great for kids. I think they're great for inexperienced anglers. And quite honestly, I'll pick them up and fish with them all the time. They don't bother me at all. So let's talk about the blank here. So the blank is Bass Pro Shops RT2 graphite. So back in the olden days, graphite blanks had like a modulus score, right? And so you could tell, how rods compared to each other by the different modulus. But anyway, that seems to have gone away, and different fishing rod manufacturers use different measures for the quality of their graphite blanks. And so in this case, Bass Pro Shop seems to use this RT scale. And so this is an RT2. So I've seen fishing rods that are RT3. As a matter of fact, I just reviewed the Bass Pro Shops Panfish Elite. I'll put a link right up there. And a light action rod, that's an RT3, so a better blank material. And then I know that they have RT4, and I think even RT5. I don't know if it goes higher than that. So basically what I'm saying is that you're at the middle to lower end of the scale when it comes to their blank quality, right? But the higher the number, the higher the cost. So just keep that in mind. Even at RT2, I think it performs pretty well. I've had no problems fishing these blanks in the past. In terms of the guides, right, they are lightweight 304 stainless steel guides with stainless steel inserts. So they are really, really thin, right? So I've never had a problem with these. And I have even used my other Tourney special in saltwater quite a bit, and I've never had these stainless steel guides rust or corrode. I will say, though, that I rinse my rods really well every time they see salt water. So This is probably not something that you would want to fish in saltwater on a regular basis without maintenance. But guys, I'm telling you, everybody asks all the time, can you fish these rods in saltwater? And the answer is yes, you absolutely can. Saltwater rods need to be rinsed and maintained after they see salt water. So if you're going to do it for saltwater rods, you can go ahead and do it for freshwater rods. Pretty much everything else is almost the same. A lot of times though, saltwater rods are rated a little heavier. So a medium saltwater rod is like a medium heavy freshwater rod, but there's no standard, right? So it's really, really hard to compare. But if I wanted to take this out, guys, I could go fish this for spotted sea trout, for flounder, for snook, for slot redfish, probably no problem. Now, if I was going after big bull reds, I would want something heavier. If I was going after big jacks or something like that, I'd want something heavier. But for sea trout out on the flat, you could fish this all day long, no problem. Just make sure you maintain it, clean it well afterwards. This rod has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guides and a tip for 7 total guides, and it is a 2-piece rod. So that's another thing that you'll see, guys. I think in higher dollar rods, you'll see a few more guides than this. But this does have a respectful number of guides. I don't think that there's really, a problem. As with all 2-piece guides, guys, you want to be careful with them because, if you're hard on them, they might pop out the insert. And as soon as you pop out the insert on a guide, it's done. You got to either put a new guide on it or ditch the rod. Putting new guides on isn't expensive. There's a lot of tackle repair shops that'll do that, but you got to ask yourself at $50, if it costs you $25 to $30 to put a new guide on the rod, is it worth it on a $50 rod? And that only you can answer that. It's up to you. But, on my more expensive rods, when a guide breaks, I fix it. On my less expensive rod, when a guide breaks, then I don't know. It's hard to decide. So guys, this rod comes in a lot of different lengths and powers. So I'm going to just run through the list real quick so you know what's available from Bass Pro Shops. They have a 5-foot 6-inch light action that's 1-piece. They have a 5-foot 6-inch light action that's 2-piece. They have a 5-foot 8 medium that's 1-piece. A 5-foot 10 medium heavy that's 1-piece. A 6-foot light action that's 2-piece. A 6-foot medium action that's 1-piece. 6-foot medium action that's 2-piece. A 6-foot medium heavy that's 1-piece. A 6-foot 6-inch medium light that's 2-piece. A 6-foot 6-inch medium that's 1-piece. A 6-foot 6-inch medium that's 2-piece. A 6-foot 6 medium heavy that's 1-piece. A 6-foot 6 medium heavy that's 2-piece. A 7-foot medium that's 1-piece. A 7-foot medium that's 2-piece. A 7-foot medium heavy that's 1-piece. And a 7-foot medium heavy that's 2-piece, which is this rod that you can see. So lots and lots of options. One of the things I really like about Bass Pro Shops branded rods, guys, is that typically what they do is when they have a rod, like let's say the Tourney Special or the Carbon Light or one of their other rods like the Bionic Blade, they've got a bunch of them, right? They will produce a lot of rods at the same length, at the same power in both 1-piece and 2-piece rods. So if you like the 1-piece rods, but you need a 2-piece version, you just go pick up the same rod. So a lot of other manufacturers don't do that. And so Bass Pro Shops has a great variety, which is one of the reasons why I want to go through that list. Other things that I really like about this rod, guys, is that it has a hook keep, and that's very, very important. I love rods that have hook keeps. I have very few rods that don't have hook keeps. That's how important it is to me. If you are fishing with a rod that doesn't have a hook keep, always hook your hook to the guide frame, not the guide, when you're storing your hook, right? If you put your hook in the guide, it can nick the guide and that'll fray your line and you could lose a fish. So always have a hook keep if you can. And then the reel seat is very minimal, right? But it is comfortable in the hand. I have no problem with that. It's a split grip with EVA foam. So works really well, really durable. I think it'll last a long time. And I gotta say, I kind of even like the neon green. Pretty cool. So also guys, just a reminder, I've paired it with an Abu Garcia Max Z reels. This is one of my favorite freshwater reels. Fantastic reel, and Abu Garcia has it on sale for a killer price as of the making of this video. Guys, I hope it's still that price, because right now they're selling them for 22 bucks a reel. It's a steal, guys. Like, if you just need extra reels to throw in your tackle box or whatever, you know, you can't go wrong with the Abu Garcia Max Z. What a fantastic reel at a killer price. I think they're normally like 60 bucks. They're on sale right now for 22. So I'll put affiliate links to all this below, guys. The Bass Pro Shops rod, the reel, the line I've used in the video, you know, all that stuff will be down below. Affiliate links don't cost you anything extra, but it's a great way to support my channel as I get a little commission on the sale, and it's greatly appreciated. Guys, basically, I think they're fantastic rods at a budget price, right? If you're looking for a budget rod and you're primarily fishing freshwater with maybe a little bit of saltwater use, it's really hard to not choose the Bass Pro Shops Tourney Special. Sure, there are better rods out there at higher prices, but for a $50 rod, I don't think that you can beat it. I have, like I said, I have several of them, and I'll probably end up with several more before I'm done, because I just love them for my two-piece rod choice in the 7-foot length. Guys, if you have any questions about the Bass Pro Shops Tourney Special, drop some in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. Or you can connect with us at our other social media. We're on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, and X, or our website at kempoutside.com. We have a lot of fishing content coming here in 2025, guys. A lot of fishing trips, a lot of fishing videos, plus a lot of fishing gear reviews. We're reviewing everything from rods to reels to tackle storage solutions to fishing reel transportation solutions, rod transportation solutions, all kinds of stuff. We're reviewing a ton of stuff here, guys. So stay tuned if you like that kind of content. Plus, we have all of our camping and hiking content and gear reviews, campground reviews, and all that stuff coming too. So if you love outdoor content, we would love for you to subscribe. We exist to help moms and dads take their kids camping, hiking, fishing, learn about nature, and develop a conservation ethic. We want to help you get you and your kids outside. So, you know, again, if you have any questions, you know, let us know. I get, you know, when we adopted our boys out of foster care, all of a sudden I needed more fishing gear because the boys wanted to fish with what dad was fishing with. And so all of a sudden, you know, if you got a growing family, all of a sudden you need more fishing rods and stuff like that. You're obviously, you know, unless you're made of money, you're going to have a budget in mind. And so looking at budget gear like the Tourney Special is, I think, a great option for you. And those Abu Garcia Max Z reels, man, you can't beat them. So guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give me a thumbs up, hit that subscribe, ring that little bell icon that notifies you when we release new videos. Like I said, we got a lot of stuff coming for 2025. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.